Hello and welcome to Season 3 of the Minecraft Archive. I'm Jared3118 and this is Episode 2. And in this episode we are planning to go beneath the ocean and start the base of our tower, which will be deep underground all the way by the bedrock. But it's that night just after the day that ended in Episode 1. At the end of Episode 1 we saw the creeper chasing me on the ocean just right out here, and I simply just got far enough away that the creeper eventually despawned and I was able to come back here and plant some wheat, and still haven't been able to harvest it, so I do have just one heart left. And then night came, so I decided I needed to make a quick little shelter, so I just carved this into the mountain, and in here I have my crafting table, a small little chest, and a furnace. And in this furnace I am turning my iron into iron ingots. So I'm going to grab a few of those because we are going to need some buckets for when we go deep underground. We're going to need to bring some water down there so that we can have a nice little wheat farm. So there we go, the sun's rising, and I was hoping that wheat would be done soon so I could make some bread. If you're paying really close attention, you might be wondering, well, why are you level 3? You were only level 2 at the end of the first episode. I did kill myself a few squid that were swimming down at the bottom of the ocean, and even passive mobs do drop experience orbs, and it was enough to get me to level 3, and then in there you saw that I have the ink sacks. So in my chest I just placed some items I don't need, like the spider eye. Don't have enough string to make a bow yet. Got arrows, which is no good without a bow. So just leaving some of that in that chest there because we don't need it. And this should be more than enough iron to make some nice tools. Looks like my sword's almost destroyed, so might as well upgrade to an iron sword. And shovel's almost destroyed. And there's a funny noise outside. What in the world is that? They have changed a lot of the sound effects in this game, as you can tell. The door sounds different. I like it, though. But it did sound like something was above. Don't want to get ambushed by a spider or anything, or even worse yet, a creeper. Because I only have one heart right now. So anyways, what I did is I swam all the way out here into the ocean. And I picked out a spot where I think the center of the tower should be, and I left a boat out here so I could kind of mark that point, but I'll go ahead and show you that real quick while we're waiting for that wheat to grow. This is kind of the deepest spot of the ocean, at least in this particular area. I didn't want to get too far from the land because I do want to build my giant tree house probably right over in there, so I'd like for it to be nearby. Also, you can barely see it in the distance. When I was kind of swimming out here, I do see some type of desert over there in the distance. Simply because I could see some cacti. I know you can't see them right now, but I assure you there is some sort of desert over there. It might just be a small little island, but it's nice knowing that if I need some cacti, I can go there. One thing I would like to find is some sugarcane, and might be some straight ahead. So let's go ahead and look at this wheat and see how it's coming along. And no, I think I'm mistaken. I think that's just some tall grass that's growing by the water over there. Alright, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to skip ahead until the time that this wheat is fully grown so that I can fill up my hunger bar. And once my health regenerates, I will be able to dive deep beneath the ocean floor and we'll start digging underground. So I will show you how that goes here in just a bit. Be right back. Alright, I am back, and it's taken several days for the wheat to grow. I actually planted a bit more in hopes of getting more wheat and being able to fully fill up my life. I do have 3 pieces of wheat right now, and here is 3 more. So let's go ahead and grab that. And looks like I might have accidentally... Okay, there for a second I thought I accidentally destroyed one by stepping on it, but that would have been okay. So I do want some seeds to be able to take underground, at least one. Actually, that's okay. I can come back up and I can grab some here in a bit. But one thing I am going to do is grab this chest. Going to grab my crafting table and make sure my furnace is empty, and I'm going to grab it. And we are going to head beneath the ocean floor. So, actually, before I start swimming, because it's hard to swim and do stuff at the same time. Oh, shoot, and you know what? I was supposed to turn that wheat into bread. I spent days growing it and forgot all about it. So let's do that real quick. And there we go. And you know what? That still will not be enough life to fully fill up my health bar, but that's okay. I am tired of waiting. Like I say, it's been several Minecraft days. Wheat grows painfully slow, but at least I got a lot of it over here. But since I am growing impatient, I'm just going to go under the ocean floor with only one heart, and we'll just see how this goes. So what I'm going to show you now is actually how to dig beneath the ocean floor. It would be very difficult to continue to dive down, run low on your breath, and then have to come all the way back up to the surface to catch your breath over and over again. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick out a spot where you want to start digging, and you're going to go down and you're going to place a couple dirt blocks. I'm not going to have much time to do this, and then I'm going to place a ladder on each of the dirt blocks. So this little dirt column is exactly as tall as me, and then these ladders count as blocks. So now I have myself a little air pocket here, and you can see all the neat little particles, but I can now catch my breath. As I go out here, I start using up my breath, but I can continue to this spot here and catch my breath. So I'm just going to continue this dirt column all the way up to the water's surface, and as I get low on breath, go back down into my little pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this because it's fairly repetitive. And there we go. I now have a dirt column with a ladder that goes all the way down to the bottom of the ocean, and I don't have to worry about losing my breath now. So go ahead and hop down there, and I actually want a second column so that it is 2 wide. And there we go. So I now have a 2 wide dirt column with ladders that let me breathe underwater. So nice little trick I learned from watching another video on YouTube. And at this point right here, we are going to start digging down all the way to the bedrock. And you always want 2 blocks when you dig. That way you are not digging directly under yourself. So let's head down to the bedrock. So basically you just alternate back and forth, and every so often place your ladders. And it looks like I am going to run out of ladders, so I'll need to make some more. And I will also need to make some, or excuse me, I have to place some torches here soon so that the area is nice and lit up. And that is what I was afraid of, so let's go ahead and clog that there. So a little tricky working just beneath the water, but once you get down a little bit farther, it won't be bad. And let's light up the area a little bit better so you guys can see. And you can see now that they've added, if there is water directly above a block, water will actually drip through it. I think that is pretty cool. And we should be okay now. We shouldn't have to worry about water flooding the area. And let's see actually how that... Okay. I'm going to save this pickaxe here that is very low in durability. I never got to show you this in episode 1. And I'm going to start using the better pickaxe so that when it gets low in durability, we'll combine the two. We'll see how that works now. And actually, for now, this is going to be like a little base station. So I'm going to take my crafting table, place it here, and let's just go ahead and turn the rest of this wood into wooden planks. Make quite a bit of sticks. Because we are going to need some more ladders. And there we go. It might not get us all the way to the bedrock, but at least last me long enough to demonstrate how I'm going to work my way down. So we just continued to alternate back and forth like so. You don't want to dig directly below yourself because you could fall into a large cave and die, or you could fall into, even worse, a pit of lava. And yes, I have done that before in season 2. I think we all remember that. Some mine shaft madness. Alright, so I forgot to place my ladders here, but I can barely reach it if I jump. And let's place another torch before it gets too dark. And I'll just go ahead and fast forward through this. Ooh, and there we go. We found some gold. I cannot mine that until I have an iron pickaxe, which I don't have. But let's go ahead and place a ladder here, and let's climb back up to our little temporary base up here, just below the water. Actually, I may not... It's going to be a little tricky trying to hop in there. There we go. And let's go ahead and try this out. Okay, so here's a stone pickaxe. It's got almost no durability left. And here's one, it's only lost, maybe 20%. And as you can see, it combines into a stone pickaxe with full durability. So that was a nice little feature that they added. But let's see, I've got just enough sticks to make, a few more ladders. Let's see how many I can get out of this. Not enough to get to the bedrock. So I'm going to need to chop down some more trees. And since that's not the most exciting thing in the world to watch, I will go ahead and skip ahead. And we'll continue at this point right here once I have enough wood to make some more ladders. Be right back. Okay, I am back, and I now have a stack of 63 ladders. So we are going to continue our descent all the way down to the bedrock. And I also made myself an iron pickaxe so that I can collect this gold here. And I have no idea what that noise is. I know there's a new mob called a silverfish, which I have yet to see. So I don't know if it could possibly be a silverfish. I don't know where they're normally located or really anything about them. But I will continue to just alternate blocks and work my way down, and we'll speed this up. And there we go. We have reached the bedrock. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of clear out this area and try to figure out what is the highest level of bedrock, because I know that is level 4. And it looks like it might be this layer here. Oh, and there is some lava. Got to be careful with that. Go ahead and block that up. And let's put a torch down here too so you guys can see a little bit better. Okay, so this is where I am going to want to start to carve out a 16 by 16 room. The tower itself is going to be 20 by 20, and you'll see why, maybe in the next episode, why I'm starting off with just a 16 by 16 room. But I'm going to count up 4 layers above the bedrock, and that will be my floor. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this right here will be the base of the tower. And I still have that funny little noise. Somebody's going to have to let me know what that is. I never did play any of these. Oh, I want to get that torch, actually. And fill in this room so mobs don't spawn in here. Alright, there we go. So this will be the bottom floor of the tower. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start carving out a 16 by 16 room. And I'm not sure if I finished my sentence, but if anyone knows what that odd noise is, please leave a comment and let me know. I didn't play any of the pre-release versions of Minecraft. I guess it would have been 1.9, or I didn't play any of the release candidates either, so some of you may know what that is, but my guess right now is a silverfish, but I could be completely wrong. Alright, so if this is the middle, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So let's count that out again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're going to go in the same direction. Do 8 more this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So that will be 16 blocks across. And now we need to do 16 blocks the other way. So we'll count this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's some redstone. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 8 more going the other way. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, there we go. Found some diamonds already. Perfect. Ooh, achievement get diamonds. That's a new one. Alright, that got me distracted. Totally lost count there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So there we go. 16 blocks that way. So now the real fun begins, and this part will take place off camera because I am not going to bore you with a 16 by 16 hole going from here all the way up to the surface. And wow, that's interesting. It's raining up above the ocean, and it's actually coming all the way down here. So that's pretty cool. So what I am going to do now, off camera, is start digging out the 16 by 16 room, and I will show you guys once I have made some progress. I will be right back. Alright, I am back. I have finished carving out the 16 by 16 room up to 4 blocks tall. It took quite a while to do this, but I did get some goodies. I found a few more diamonds. I've got, I think I put it in my furnace. Yeah, I've got 5 bars of gold, which actually you guys saw me find, but I've got quite a bit of redstone now, over 60 pieces of redstone. Found some more iron. I have oodles of coal now. I went up and I grabbed some more wheat up there, and I'm trying to maintain my health bar, but it's a losing battle. But since I am working down here and I don't want to continuously go up there for food and then come back down, I have started a room here that is going to be a wheat farm. And I apologize in advance for this incredibly annoying noise. To me, it sounds like a slime. But I don't see how a slime could be spawned anywhere that's not lit up, unless there's like lava in some cave and it's bright enough that slimes are spawning there. I don't know, but I have this noise has been driving me nuts as I dig down here. But what I want to do now is actually make this wheat farm. So I'm going to fill in these channels with water, and I've created an infinite water pool down here. And pretty simple, we till the soil. Grab our seeds and plant them like so. Oops. Oh, that's odd. Oh, my seeds are disappearing too. Huh, that's odd. Well, I lost a few seeds there, so I'm gonna have to wait for that to grow to get more seeds. But then one thing I like to do, it's just for looks. You do need some lighting for this stuff to grow, but not as much as I use. I kind of do a little overkill on the lighting, but I think it looks cool. Is put some wooden planks on the ceiling like that, and then add 1 torch above each block. Oops, actually I have that backwards. The wooden planks should be above the water. Yeah, like that. And then do another row of wooden planks here. And there we go. So I like the look of that. And this room will continue to grow. As I get more and more seeds, I'll just keep expanding the room and tilling more soil and planting the seeds so that I can grow wheat. But the nice thing is I can now have food underground without having to go to the surface, without having to kill animals or anything like that. So, yeah, this is the progress so far of the tower. I was thinking about making the room 20 by 20, as I said earlier, and as I started to dig this, I said, man, 16 by 16 is plenty big enough. I have to go all the way up to the water. It's going to take me quite a while, but I'm going to do that off camera. I'm going to work on some of it before I start the next episode. But I think actually what I will do next is, now that I have a nice little room down here, is go up just below the surface, make the exact same size 16 by 16 room, and start to work my way down. As long as I know that it's safe digging down, like for instance, if I'm on the ladder here, I know that this whole column right here is safe to dig straight down. So what I'm going to do is, you know, go to the top and start digging down, because it's a lot easier to dig down than to dig up, because eventually I'm not going to be able to reach the ceiling there And then I have to start doing stuff like this, like building a dirt column to stand on. So much easier to work my way down from this point. But as you can see, it's coming along. So hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I will see you later.